Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. I'm Veronica Jenkins, and I'm your host for this evening with the wonderful Niko, who is in trance, and his guides and inspirers, Noah, who will be speaking through him. So just to get us started off, I'll say a few hellos because we've already got quite a few people on. We've got Dom, we've got Caitlin, Harshika, hope I've said that right for you, Charlene, Kathy, Hafsa, Rebecca, Claire. So welcome to you all. When I bring Niko on, he's already gone into trance, and Noah usually likes to start our session off by an inspirational talk for us all, and then we'll be open for some questions. So without further ado, good evening.
And greetings to you, my dear. Once more, my dear, humbled gratitude for the sacred opportunity you are indeed providing to us. And greetings to all who have joined this evening. Our honor and respect is bestowed to each of you. Many of you who are listening are already undergoing your own transformations, if you will. Of remembrance, my dear ones, that you are indeed an essence, that your existence surpasses this physical form which you have come to know. And yet, as there is much which shall transpire over your years, I ask each of you, are you ready? It is one thing, my dear ones, to remember, and yet it is another to trust without fear. Even as each of you have heard conversations from both realms, informing you that indeed there will be visitations in your realm from those of other realms, multidimensional beings, if you will. Ask yourselves, what is your perception of that? Does it instill fear, worry, chaos? Or are you welcoming, understanding that they too are in essence as you? That they too are connected to your essence in our realm? But let us not delve deep at this time within this information. Allow us to simplify it. Why do you still fear your physical lives? Why are you so determined to learn outcomes? Why do you still struggle with finances, relationships? Why do you still grieve those whom you have lost, wondering if they are still near? Notice how the simplest things in your life, the everyday nuances of your realm, frighten you. So indeed, what is to come frightens you even more. Allow us to return to our earlier words, that each of you are undergoing your own transformations. understand, my dear ones, what this truly entails. It is not your physical mind, nor is it the words of those near you, nor is it the textbooks in which you read, nor is it even the words we speak that you are listening to. It is your inner voice, your intuition, your sixth sense as you know it. It is your dream state. It is your ability to sense presence near. Ask yourselves, how is this possible? Would it be possible if you are not an essence within your form? Do you perceive your essence fears? Do you perceive your essence in our realm concerns itself with the nuances of physical life? And yes, many of you are asking and questioning. Many of you are stating, yet I am in physical form. And these are my worries. And this is my journey. And this is where your perception is inaccurate, incomplete, if you will. Your purpose of physical form is to experience emotion, circumstances, heartache, confusion, betrayal, in order to learn and live through specific emotions. But this is not the only purpose of your journey, my dear ones. Remember who you are. Honor your essence in order to remove all fears. For these fears that you cling on to so dearly are but an illusion, my dear ones. Why, thank you, my dear.
Thank you. We've got a few more people that have joined us. So hello to Jenny Berlin, Mandy Johnson, Christelle, Dominic, and Michelle Oliver, Kay Weezy, Dana, Dawn Johnson, Michelle, and I think I've said, Karen Berry as well, that's there. If I could ask people just to comment with the questions that you have for Noah, please, especially if the questions about the spirit world and your understanding of what Noah's just talked about, and then we'll get on to the more personal ones. So to start with, Dana is asking, good evening, Noah. Our country is on fire. Is there a greater shift taking place that is cleansing, is occurring, or is it for humans to wake up and to take care of our Mother Earth?
Greetings to you, my dear. Profound question, if I may. The shift you mentioned, my dear, is indeed global. It is not merely within each of your forms. It is most certainly in the realm in which you reside. Understand also, my dear, as each of you is energy, a frequency, so too is the realm in which you reside. Specific occurrences, my dear, are occurring in order to awaken others. Notice for a moment, my dear, that so many in your realm live carefree. Truly aligned with the illusion. not respecting their neighbor nor their realm, their earth. Notice also, my dear, how a fire, as you say, causes many to pause, to reevaluate, reassess the situation, to offer more respect within their own realm. So if one, my dear, begins to offer respect to your earth, do you not think that they will begin to offer respect to the one standing next to them? The shift, as you say, my dear, is multi-layered. It is occurring throughout. Even when one speaks to another, notice how their tone shifts. Notice how many in your realm are beginning to become more compassionate to another. This shall continue. The energetic frequency of your earth shall definitely rise, as well as all of yours. You will notice more turmoil, if you will, both what you see and what you hear. But is this not needed? All one must do, my dear, is reflect on the past. There was even more turmoil, wars, hatred, violence. And yet even those who were hurtful, who committed crimes, felt sorrow within. It is as if their essence was bleeding, my dear, was crying internally. So trust in this shift, trust in the changes, trust within the transformation, both external and internal. For though these words may appear as new insight to each of you, I assure you, each one of your essences is well aware of what is to come. It is not hidden. It is not a secret. Each of your essences were well aware prior to their incarnation to assist our realm, to assist with passing the knowledge to another once each one of you awakens, to accept, to believe, and to not fear. Which is why our earlier words echoed to remember your essences. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. There doesn't seem to be any other questions about the sort of spirit world and things like that, other than personal readings for people. So we'll jump straight into those. Hafsa Heath is asking, what is it that Spirit wants me to know regarding my personal growth, please? I believe I'm ready for inner growth now more than ever.
My dear one, focus on your question, for you already provided the answer. It is not a matter of spirit realm wishing for you to succeed within any modality, my dear. It is the journey, the purpose of your own essence, as each one of you mirror the same journey, the same purpose. As we just mentioned, my dear, this transformation which is occurring, and each of your essences were aware. I ask you, the more you turn inward, the more you reclaim your essence, remembering your purpose, will you remain silent, fearing the backlash of those who yet do not understand nor accept? Or will you speak your truth and be that bright light in your realm? Is this not a similar purpose each of you are meant to physically live through in your realm, bringing forth knowledge, remembrance, awakening for others? Is it not the integrity of remaining true to your own voice, to your own existence within our realm? Is it not for you to honor the essences who are assisting you on your journey? Is it not for you, with your humility and your honor, to offer respect, gratitude, and servitude to your highest essence in our realm? Is this not a shared journey with all essences within physical form? Or do each of you perceive that your journey is the title which you hold within physical realm? The occupation, the continuous quest for riches. Which holds more value, my dear ones? What material goods you assess over your lifetime? Or allowing your essence to truly breathe through your physical form? This is the question you should each ask yourselves in order to remember your purpose. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. T. Smith is asking, many spiritual people are saying that Earth will experience a massive loss of humans and a rebirth within the next 10 years, similar to the falling of Atlantis. Could this possibly happen?
My dear, allow us first to make reference to Atlantis, as you say, my dear. How do you perceive the civilization truly was? Do they mirror your civilization at this current time? Or do you perceive, my dear, they were much more advanced? Allow me now to elaborate on that word advance, my dear. It is not technological advancement or wisdom or intellect. It is remembering there were essences, all connecting to our realm. Most notably, this form of communication, my dear. And yet, were they not also human, my dear? Did they not also possess ego? Were they not their own enemy, leading to their demise? So to parallel your civilization this current time to those past civilizations that each of you have learned through your texts is inaccurate, my dear. For the mere difference that they were not taught to fear our realm. They were not taught to fear their own abilities. this teaching arrived much later, my dear. And the cycle of an essence entering form and one leaving form continues daily, my dear. So over the course of the 10 years that you mentioned, why would you perceive that the numbers will increase or decrease? For someone in your realm mentioned this. But with that said, my dear, understand that as each of your essences entered your physical form with the knowledge of their purpose and what is to come, so too, my dear, are the generations that follow you aware of what is to transpire and their purpose. Here lies the difference, my dear. The generations prior to you, their knowledge was deeply rooted within this belief to fear. So even as each of you are listening, questioning your beliefs, finding the strength within to go against the teachings, the conditioning of your minds, and listen to your essence within, so too will all of you assist the newer generations by not instilling the same fear with them. This is the change, my dear, those in your realm are attempting to relay. And even those who speak, my dear, of these words you mentioned, if they themselves would only connect to their own essence, their own highest essence in our realm, I assure you their words would be altered greatly. So rather than reflecting on the past, comparing, worrying, each one of you should focus on themselves first. Are you ready? Are you allowing the change? Are you trusting? Are you remembering? I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Tobin Kershaw is saying, if the journey is shared, and as I see it in this reality on earth, my biggest contribution to awakening is within a relatively small scope of essences around me. I feel it feels dependent on many more fragments of the one to awaken to transform what we currently experience. Would you like me to read that again?
My dear, that is not necessary, my dear one. Thank you. My dear, allow me to first ask you to elaborate on the word shared. Your journey is shared. My understanding is that even those words are misunderstood. Allow me to offer some insight, my dear. Your journey within physical form is not shared by another in physical form. Your journey is shared with your highest essence in our realm, my dear. This is your breath, your identity, your purpose. Ask yourself, how often have you received insight of something to come and it has accurately come true? That simple question should offer enough proof that your highest essence, residing in a realm where there is no timeline, has already walked your journey ahead of you has already aligned precise relationships, not chance meetings, but precision, to come to fruition. Purpose, alignment, understanding, remembrance, all placed before you, my dear. When one is focusing on the ones to their right and to their left, they are consumed, questioning why those near them are not as advanced within their alignment. This is not for you to concern yourself with. This is for you to trust our realm. Trust that their highest essence has created and mapped out their own individual journeys as well. For each moment you receive clarity, ask yourself, how many more moments have you received confusion? It is not because clarity was not offered, it was because your ego interfered, your teachings interfered, the voice of others in your realm interfered. And you were not able to listen in the silence to gain that clarity. So it is always you in your highest essence, my dear. And trust that as you are learning this, so are others. There is no race, if you will. Each journey is unique, as each of your highest essences are unique. No two energetic imprints of highest essences are the same, which equates to no two physical journeys are the same. Trust in that. Focus on your own journey and honor the one who you are sharing it with. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. This question touches on things that you've just mentioned. Do all human souls on Earth now have a cosmic past or parallel life?
Indeed, my dear. Allow me to ask you this question, my dear. Do you share your breath with another in your realm? Or is it yours? And if we focus on that breath, my dear, ask yourself, where did this breath originate, my dear? You were not born with breath, my dear. So if your breath is a breath of your highest essence, if you are the consciousness of your highest essence, the embodiment of your highest essence, within this one physical realm, why would anyone presume with the vast intellect, power, wisdom? Your highest essence would only create one version of you, my dear. One reality, one timeline in which you are familiar with. If your existence, my dear, and as mentioned earlier, your experiences or you learn emotions by living through them, is the cornerstone of the lessons that your highest essence requires in order to evolve. Why would it only settle for one incarnation, my dear? And why would anyone presume it is only on your earth? Even the essences who are assisting each of you on your journeys, why would anyone presume they are merely essences who have also experienced the human form. This thinking, this belief undermines the power, the intellect of your highest essence. Broaden the horizons, my dear ones. Allow your minds to expand. You are offered plenty of signs. If one remembers that nothing is a coincidence, there's no such thing as random acts or choice encounters. Everything is predestined. Information transferred within your sleep state, where your conscious mind is resting and the subconscious is alert enough to receive. And with that, my dear, I ask another question. Who is transmitting these messages within your sleep states? And to whom are you transmitting information through your own enlightenments? As your highest essence, my dear, creates these parallel versions of you, how would it behoove your highest essence to offer each of you the answers? And yet, as you each share the same breath, my dear, created by your highest essence, each of your parallel existences are connected. You may not be privy of any of them, but perhaps a few are aware of you. So this information, my dear, is continuously being transferred from one to the next, assisting the other to remember, to enlighten, to grow. So as the underlining question within your question, my dear, is if you possess a parallel version as a multidimensional being. Most certainly, my dear. Higher awareness, higher frequency, transmitting information to you within your sleep, within your subconscious to assist you with trusting and evolving within this particular physical form you are aware of. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Michelle Oliver has an interesting question because I think many people will relate to this. I've always believed that I do have a special purpose here on earth. I'm always drawn to people that need help when they are feeling hopeless. I cannot leave them until I know that they're okay. But I feel that I've been waiting for something of significance and importance to happen. And I feel that I have a special role, but I don't know what it is.
Yes, my dear one. Your question is based on your human experience. But what you are failing to notice, my dear, is compassion, which is a very powerful trait within your human form, is indeed your essence, my dear. This inner remembering that your purpose is to assist others is your highest essence reminding you, my dear. You are attempting to understand your purpose through your physical journey. So I ask you, my dear, are you aware of your essence? Do you sense the presence of your highest essence? Do you sense the energy of the essences assisting you? Even your understanding that your purpose is to assist others, for this is where you feel fulfillment as a human. Simply ask yourself, my dear, where are you receiving this thought from? As mentioned earlier, my dear, if you are the consciousness of your highest essence, its breath, if you will, why is it so difficult, my dear, to accept that your thought is sent through telepathy by your highest essence? Each one of you, claim your thoughts, claim your words, claim your actions as your own. But as the one previously also mentioned, shared journey. Ask yourselves if you are all sharing your physical journey with your highest essence. Whose thoughts are they? So if, my dear, you are receiving this overwhelming concept, idea, belief, thought that you are meant to assist others, is this not an implanted thought, if you will, by your highest essence, illuminating the road before you to make certain you follow it? So this, what you mentioned, my dear, what you sense you are lacking, is precisely this connection. My advice would be trust what you are feeling. Trust this information you are receiving. Trust your clarity. But do not become complacent with just receiving, my dear. Look beyond. Question, where did it come from? And then, my dear, the other road, the one less traveled, the road leading to your highest essence, becomes illuminated. And that is where remembrance occurs, my dear. Do not fear. Just believe. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Michelle did a follow-up of, I just want clarity. I've always been drawn to people that I know and strangers that need someone to lean on. This is a daily thing.
Yes, my dear. Why do you presume they are strangers, my dear? Understand also, as you are drawn to them, as you say, my dear, it is because your energetic frequency is matched to theirs. Nor is this a coincidence, my dear. Also understand that even the essences who are assisting you, you may not yet be aware of them. You may merely sense their presence. Their energetic vibrational frequency, my dear, is truly matched to your highest essence. Your breath is not physical form, my dear. It is energy, as is your essence. Energy, my dear, vibrates at a frequency. Even if you do not see with your human eyes, you feel. So what you are experiencing, this resonance to another, has not occurred in your realm, my dear. This is why specific relationships resonate more powerfully than others. Ask yourself, my dear, the one you labeled as a stranger, have you ever asked yourself why you resonate with this one more than a family member? It is not random, my dear. This is again your highest essence, informing you, reminding you to focus on what you feel in order to remember your own vibrational frequency. Even this particular form of communication, my dear, we are energy as well, and we vibrate at a higher vibrational frequency. We do not possess vocal cords, my dear, nor language as in your realm. So how is this transmission occurring, my dear? Through vibrational frequency, connecting to the essence of this one, utilizing its knowledge of words, of language, cadence, in order to become audible so you may understand words, language that resonates with not only your physical form, my dear, but also your vibrational frequency. Is this not a marvelous modality in order to assist others? Perhaps, my dear, this is a modality in which you should begin to focus on. One never knows unless they attempt something new. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. I was going to put Lorraine Ahmed's question up next because it seemed like a perfect follow-through, because she was asking about her purpose here, but she's posted that she actually recognises everything that you've said there with Michelle. It's very much the same for her, because she says, Michelle Oliver, I'm the same. I feel people are drawn to me who are troubled, and they feel better because they're drawn to your energy frequency, and I'm the same with animals.
Allow me, my dear, to elaborate. As each of you are beginning to notice patterns where you may feel others are drawn to you, as you say. They are resonating with your essence, with your vibrational frequency, but most importantly, my dear ones, with your light. Light not perceived as your human minds recognize it. Energy, frequency, alignment is also of light, my dear ones. And you are each in physical form, to allow this brightness of your energy, of your essence, to radiate to others. It is not that the others are lost. The others are merely becoming aware of their own. And as each of you have attuned to your frequency, even without your knowledge, by trusting what offers you happiness, this is a marker that you are aligned with your essence. Even if you're not aware fully, you are trusting that in which offers you pleasure, that which highlights your love. Compassion is love. You are love. Your light is of love. And with that said, my dear ones, for a moment, pause Ponder this question. How much more brilliant will your light radiate when you surrender and become aware of your essence? Where your alignment is true and powerful and one with your highest essence. Is this not your purpose? I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Level Up Lady who's saying, I've been noticing a disconnect or lack of feeling with my gut feelings. Intuition feels muddy and uncertain. Even connecting to emotions seem difficult. What's happening?
My dear, your ego is whispering to you. Understand, my dear, you are in physical form. Your ego and your mind are working tirelessly to keep you under control. Each one's ego, my dear, is quite forceful, though it speaks in whispers, if you will. It is persistent, for it craves control. No, there is no disconnect, my dear. For this is impossible. The disconnect only occurs, my dear, when one takes the final breath within physical form. As long as one is breathing, my dear, they are always connected. And yet your ego whispers something different, causing confusion in the mind, causing you to ponder if this is true, causing you to demand connection, if you will, to force connection, if you will, to expect connection, if you will. And yet your essence, my dear, is quiet. It's patient. It is observing. For what you are experiencing is also lessons. Ask yourself, how many emotions are you living through by this confusion you are experiencing? These are lessons, and your highest essence is observing, my dear. And yet, even when you claim there is disconnect, I am certain you still sense a presence near. Each of you shall always be able to sense the presence of your highest essence near, for you are one. So do not rely on the ego, my dear, nor your mind. Merely trust your essence, and I assure you, you will find your way through this maze of confusion. Trust in that, my dear one. I thank you, my dear.
Thank you. We've got a quick question from T. Smith. I was going to pull us to time, but I feel it's one that we need to address. T. Smith was saying, I was under the impression all emotions were left behind on earth when someone passes. Yet it's clear my mother remains terrified of the church, even in spirit. Does this ever change?
My dear one, allow me to first ask you, the essence that you remember as your mother, another one in physical form, my dear, brought forth their interpretation that her essence fears anything. This, my dear, is inaccurate. Many in your realm who do possess an ability to connect with essences often rely on their intellect rather than truly connecting to the vibrational frequency of that essence. Thereby, many messages are inaccurate. And many who are vulnerable, who are wishing to connect to their lost loved ones, believe every word they receive. So first allow me to inform you with accuracy, my dear. There is no fear in our realm at all. There is no regret in our realm. There is no shame. There is no pain. There is no sorrow. So if anyone in your realm brings through an essence and states any of these words, trust it is their own intellect. It is their own interpretation. For they are unsure of their own abilities. And they would rather express what they believe is true to offer you comfort. And what you also stated, where the emotions remain in your realm, this as well is inaccurate. Simply, I ask you to recall your most recent dream. Do you remember the plot of that dream upon awakening? Or has that been lost upon awakening, and what remains is emotion? How often have you awoken, either feeling sorrow or happiness, and yet forgot the plot? So too is the process of your essence, if you will. Each emotion you live through is stored within the subconscious by your highest essence. Each time each of you enter your sleep state, are you not entering the same form of communication you are witnessing now, where the conscious mind has settled and the subconscious is awake? So as each of you experience pain, confusion, betrayal, hatred, loss, the wisdom of the emotion you've lived is what is stored within your subconscious. So when one's physical form comes to a completion and they awaken from the dream state in our realm, those emotions learn the wisdom of them is what transfers to your highest essence. The details of this physical life you are aware of is lost. The plot is not remembered. Which also explains why no one in physical form can break through an essence, a loved one, to the recipient and offer specifics of the plot. For there is no remembrance, my dear. Only the emotions you've lived through and learned from. And to go further with the explanation, my dear, as mentioned earlier, this is not the soul journey within physical incarnation that your highest essence has created. There are many. What you endured, your memories, while you are still within physical form, are not stored, for they are not as important as the lessons, the wisdom of the emotions. Allow me to simplify it even further. As each of you attended your education, and you read and studied through the texts in order for preparation of an exam, you remembered the answers of the questions on the exam. But did any of you recall the page number of the text you received the knowledge from? And then further, as the years in your realm passed, do any of you remember the questions of the test? So as you are running parallel within your physical form, through your physical journey, why should there be confusion? Even the essence, my dear, the one you recall as your mother, her highest essence and your highest essence are never separate. And as you, within your physical form, are never separate from your own highest essence, this in turn equates to you within your physical form at this precise time is always connected to the essence you remember as your mother. I am aware, my dear, that we have come to a conclusion. And I will offer a few words to keep it brief. We are all connected, my dear ones. We are all energy. We are all frequency. As one has mentioned, that our answer to one question also answered her question. Understand once more that each of your thoughts are not your own. So each of the questions placed into your minds have been transferred through that same vibrational frequency. We are all connected. We are all one in energy. Respect the one next to you. Do not view them as physical form. View them as an essence. And if you are able to respect them, then surely you'll be able to respect your own essence. Much honor to each of you, as well as gratitude and love. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. While Niko returns from being in trance, I'll just run through quickly about tomorrow because we are running over time. We have Sheila at 3:30 in the afternoon offering readings. We've got we've got Lainey at 5 o'clock with readings. We've got healing at 6 o'clock, and we've got Fulvia doing the Journey Through Tarot, which is a taught course that you can just join in with in terms of watching. And if you've got any questions about tarot, you can ask her. but it's not a readings thing, and that's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're interested in supporting us, then you can go through YouTube and join us on YouTube, and that's at findmeamedium.com. And you can support us by becoming a subscriber to online live psychic readings and just hitting the subscribe. It's 99p a month. It just means that you get notified of when we go live, and there's additional readings on there from time to time as well. And if you have any questions, you can post them in the group, and there's quite a few mediums on there that will, I'm sure, give it a go and try and answer your questions, whether it's about mediumship or linking with a loved one. Hi, Niko.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining.
It was a lovely evening tonight, Niko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next Sunday, I was going to talk to you later, Niko, but I'm not able to make next Sunday because I'm supporting Edify Your Soul. They've got a magazine, a monthly magazine, and they're doing a live next Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So I'm not sure that we're going to be finished by 9 o'clock. So It's going to be a couple of weeks. So if you haven't had your questions answered tonight, please do come along in a couple of weeks' time, and we can talk to Noah then with your questions. Okay. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of the week. And thank you very, very much for joining us here this evening.
Thank you.